Hi guys, welcome back. His Rivalry is over and I am physically and emotionally wrecked. It's speeding up. It finished on Friday and I watched the last episode midnight, so it was basically Saturday. And I am so sad. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna include videos of me crashing out and crying, but the amount of times I cried watching Hated Rivalry episode 6, I remember it was like 5 minutes in. This is when we were driving to the cottage and then Ilya held Shane's hand and I just started crying because you could tell how nervous they were. This was terrifying for them. They haven't been in the same space or in the same car for that amount of hours. It looked like a road trip. So we haven't seen them in such an enclosed space that requires them to communicate and to let go of any reservations. And I was like, oh my god, this is you're so sad. They're so terrified, and you feel the nervousness through the screen. Oh my god, this is you're so sad. And even so many things were so domestic in episode 6, and I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved seeing them just communicate. I loved seeing them communicate. I loved seeing them actually learn, because let me finish my thought. I loved seeing them learn who they are as persons, because although they've known each other for a decade now, they haven't really given each other the space to actually learn each other. What they know of each other is through what they briefly spoke about or what they've come to know over the course of 10 years and what the media knows, but they didn't. So this was them learning each other as people, learning each other as partners, learning who they are together in a relationship. And it was so beautiful to look at. Oh my god, every time them being so domestic made me cry. I kept crying a lot watching episode 6. When Ilya told him he loved him, I cried. Oh my god, because what do you mean Shane was up all night thinking about ways for him and Ilya to actually work so that he doesn't marry someone he doesn't love. I was like, oh god. And it wasn't more so Shane being upset and angry, because when they had the conversation on the couch and they told her interlocked, I was like, oh my god, that's saying that I'm crying, because I was crying. Shane was angry. Yes, he was angry because one, he does have feelings for Ilya, and these are feelings that he wants to act on, even though it would be in private. Shane thinking about all of this and thinking about ways that them being and interacting publicly will be seen less as, an eyebrow raising moment by the media was so beautiful. And I just understand Ilya's. I was like, Ilya he felt so loved in the moment, and that's why he said I love you, because that's not something he's had since his mom's passing. And having someone actually thinking about him and showing that I want you in my life, I would cry too, and I would tell you I love you. I would say in Russia, what's his name? I was like, when he was whispering Russia, I was like, is he telling he loves him? Then it clicked. He was telling him he loves him in Russian, and I was like, oh my god! I was crying. I literally have a video of it. I was like, oh god, he just don't even love him. And then he kisses him, and then Shane is like, holy shit. And then you can see Ilya wanting to deflect and take it back and go, I just, I love you as a bestie, bro. And then Shane's like, I love you too. Oh my god! One of my favorite scenes in episode 6, did not like that. I had a lot of favorite scenes, but one of my absolute favorite was in episode 6, within the beginning when they just got into the cottage and Shane and Ilya were about to make out on the couch or whatever. And Shane, alludes to finishing fast because he hasn't been active in a while with anybody. And Ilya agrees and says, same. And Shane's taking it back. He's like, what? Ilya, you haven't been with anyone since the last time? And Ilya goes, yeah, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. And you can see the glee in Shane's face, and he goes, really? You have not been with anyone since? It's like, place up, like, it's not a big deal, like, I have not been with anyone for a while. Then Shane goes, but it's been months. And it goes, no. Shane goes, but it's been. Ilya finishes up the sentence, goes, months, I know. Can we fuck now? And it was like, Shane is like so happy. And I'm like, oh my god. Ah! And like, I was watching this and I was like, oh my god, you guys, stop. And I had to replay it like 3 times because I was like, oh my god. It's like, she's so beautiful. What the hell? We love you guys. We love. Like, his rivalry has left me so empty yet full. And it's very oxymoronic, I know, but it's just like, I'm empty, but at the same time, I believe like it's unlocked something in me. It's unlocked something, a new level of my existence and being that I didn't know I had. Because now, tell me why I want to be in love. Like, mind you, I love love. I love romance, okay? I'm a romance girly. I love to watch romance. But I don't believe in the concept of love, if that makes any sense. Like, I love to see romance on my screen. But do I believe in love in real life? Well, no! But watching his drama, I'm like, you know what? What's that silly thing people say, love? Yeah, I think I want that. Something like that. Like it would be nice if it happened to me, but like, I'm like pushing or anything, but it would be nice if it happened. Like, relationships, you know what? Maybe. Honestly, what I really just want are the tender kisses, okay? Like, sue me. Oh my god, sue me. Like, did you see the kiss in episode 2 in the stairwell? The kiss when they had had sex for the first time and they kissed in the stairwell, and you could just see the look of love in Shane's eyes. Like, this is before Shane even knew that he likes Ilya. Like, he didn't even know he liked him at this point, but the look of love and yearning in his eyes, I need that. I want that. Ooh baby. Yeah, I need that. Like, I'm sorry, the amount of times I replayed that kiss scene in episode 2, I'm a pervert. Well, yeah. Like, the amount of times I replayed it, ugh. That was so beautiful to watch. I was like, soft kisses? I actually need that now. Like, can someone give that to me? And then this thing I loved was when they went to the bedroom and Shane was being playful, and I can't remember what he said, but he's like, the room has been there because he was standard. And then Ilya says something, he's like, but I'm just a bellboy. And it's like, is Shane being playful? Are we seeing Shane unmasking and being himself and letting himself be? Okay, we'd love to see that. And if you take a look at Shane in episode 1 to Shane now, very different. I was like, oh, we would not have seen Shane acting this way from episode 1 to episode 4. But now, because he's so comfortable with Ilya and he loves Ilya, I was like, oh my god, I love this so much. Like, what the hell? And also, their coming out scene has to be one of the best I've seen. Although Shane comes from an environment, from a loving family, he could come from a loving family, but still not have, but the love could not extend to acceptance. So your family could be loving, but you don't know if that loving and accepting family environment could also extend to how much you feel comfortable enough to come out and say, I am not a hetero, I like the same gender. And his mom asking for forgiveness healed something in me, because for her to, beg for an act of forgiveness for not making him think that he couldn't be who he was. And we know that some of that came from him not accepting that or was struggling with the fact that he was gay. But having that family environment also factors in, and I loved to see it. And I think for Shane and Ilya's relationship, having episode 3 was so necessary because it kind of held a mirror up to Shane and Ilya's relationship, because Scott and Kit, where although they were also very physically attracted to each other from the get-go, you could also see a couple that also beat off emotional intimacy at the same time. And if Kip were a hockey player, we would not see that. We would literally be seeing Shane and Ilya's relationship again on our screen. But seeing a relationship like, or a couple like Scott and Kip, and having Scott be with someone who is not in an environment where he has to constantly perform masculinity and be what we deem as masculine, which is to be hetero and to be aggressive, that was a nice mirror as to Shane and Ilya's relationship, and I love to see that on my screen. It's just a really good show. I don't know what to do with myself now that the show is over. Like, I'm gonna buy the book for sure, but like, what am I gonna do with myself? And I'm obsessed, and I'm gonna keep yapping about the show. Like, now everybody I'm gonna go, have you watched Heat Drivery? It comes out in London, in the United Kingdom in January. So everybody I know is gonna go, have you seen Heat Drivery? Matter of fact, do you want to see it together? What I enjoyed the most out of episode 6 was just how domestic they were. One thing I absolutely love in media is when I see a fictional couple be domestic. For instance, Lovely Runner. I liken my experience with Lovely Runner to Heartstopper. I liken my experience with Lovely Runner to how I am with Heated Drivery. But Heated Drivery is a lot intense. Like, I'm not in psychosis with Lovely Runner, but Lovely Runner is one of the best romance anything I've seen since last year. And now Heated Drivery is slowly taking the cake. No, Heated Drivery will not take the cake because Lovely Runner is. Okay, anyways. Back to that. In Lovely Runner, we had an episode of an hour and something minutes. Why? I know it's New Year's, but I'm currently filming you guys. We had an hour and something of pure bliss. We had an hour and something of domestic bliss, of just Soul and Sanjay being a couple, them having domestic adjacent things, or doing things that domestic adjacent things that couples do. And I loved it because if you know Lovely Runner, 3/4 of the show is trauma. 3/4 of the show, Soul and Sanjay are going through traumatic events, and then we got an episode that was just 1 hour full of just them being lovey-dovey, domestic, cutesy, which is kind of rare in K-drama. I think that broke the mold because as someone who's been watching K-dramas for most of my lives, I've never seen a K-drama where the last episode was just happy. You know, some K-dramas, I like to, add a sprig of trauma to juice it up, but the audience doesn't want that. We just want to see the couple be happy. And Lovely Runner gave that to us, and that's what Heated Drivery did. Even the climax of Heated Drivery was just another form of domestic bliss, which was their parents accepting and learning of Shane and Ilya as a couple. Please. Anyways. Yeah, that was my sister. Okay, so even the climax, which was their parents finding out about the nature of the relationship, it was still domestic bliss in some kind of way. Although it was sad, and you had Shane freaking out for the entirety of the interaction until the last 3 minutes. It was their parents noticing and realizing that Shane and Ilya, what they have is love for each other, and that Shane was in good hands because we saw how Ilya handled Shane's panic attack in front of his parents. We saw how he spoke to him, how he reassured him that everything was good, we're all good here, your boyfriend is here. And Shane goes, my boyfriend? I cried. We cried. We all cried. Like, I was crying. It's like, your boyfriend is here. I was like, he just called him his boyfriend, you guys. Oh. And the parents are like, oh, okay. Since rookie season, and Dad goes, nah. Since summer. And I was like, oh my God. But like I loved seeing that. I loved seeing them make burgers. I loved seeing them, you know, be in the fire, watching the fire. I know some people thought I've heard whispers, not on my timeline though, but I've heard whispers that some people thought the last episode was underwhelming. It wasn't. I really appreciated the lack of intimate scenes. I appreciated the lack of just highs. It was just a very chill episode. Like yeah, we did have a smutty scene on set on our screen, but it wasn't as intense as what we'd had in the past. And even in that scene, they were still communicating and learning about each other. So which I loved. And yeah, like I loved episode 6. I thought it was so good, and it was one of the best ways to end it. I was gonna say perfect, but it was one of the best ways to end it. And I don't think I've had such a content feeling with watching a series in a very long time. Like I was done when the show was done. I was crying because yes, I needed more. Like, what do you mean it's just done and I have to return to 2027? But I was contented. I was content with the way it ended. I felt perfectly at peace with the way it ended. If it just ended there with no season 2, I would be sad, but I would be content because although they still have another hurdle to jump, which is announcing to the world that we like each other and we be in each other. I liked knowing that for Shane, he didn't have to be anxious about what his parents would think about him because they already knew, and he wasn't also anxious because they both know where they stand with each other, and I liked that, and I liked that a lot. Face card is like, I'm like so pretty. What the hell? Wow. What? I'm so happy for Connor and Hudson. And words I'm about to utter are words I've never said towards the male species, but I truly wish them the best, and I hope their path in life is like extra flowery. I never wish any man the best except my dad, but that's different because he's my dad. But I need to see them in shit, especially Hudson. I need to see Hudson in shit, and I say especially him because he's Asian. Okay, you don't see a lot of Asians in Hollywood, like Manny Jacinto, who is a freaking phenomenal actor. How many things do you see him in? Yeah, exactly. So I need to see both of them in shit. I'm also very distracted by my face right now because I look so good, but I need to see them in shit, and I truly wish them the best. Like, I wish them the best. I have to see them on my screen, and I feel so protective over them. Another word I've never said towards the male species. Like, I really do care for these people, even though I don't know them, but I really care for them. And I think my level of why I feel so, I don't want to say maternal because if I say maternal and then I say the next sentence I'm about to say, it's gonna sound very incestuous. It's gonna sound very, ooh, that doesn't sound right. But I feel so protective over them because one, they're in my age range. Hudson's my age, and Connor's a year older than I am. And I didn't know that before going to the show, and now I know. And I'm like, oh, okay. I love to see people my age. I love to see people my age win. No, it doesn't apply to men, but in this case, it applies to men. I want to see them win so badly. And if I hear one thing about Hudson, because I've heard people saying that Hudson's not good looking, I'm gonna smack you across the face because that man is an Adonis. Like him and Connor, so beautiful. But as much as I feel so protective of them, I'm also very insanely attracted to them. Wow, like Connor and Hudson are so beautiful. Connor has the face and body that men go to war for. You know, when you hear about stories of warring countries and warring nations in the 1800s and 1600s, this kind of wars, it's Connor they're going for. Have you seen his face? He looks like a freaking god. Like, he's so beautiful to look at. In all of my 24 years of living, I have never marveled at a man's body. I saw Connor's body watching Heat to Rivalry, and I thought to myself, I want to run my hands across this man's body. words I've never said out. Like, this is so TMI, but if you know me, when I'm watching a movie and a man's bum appears on my screen, announced with a fanfare, unannounced, provoked, unprovoked, I always go, ew. Because it's frankly one of the ugliest effing things you could ever show me. That and a newborn baby, so fucking ugly. I'm like, ew, get it off my screen now. But when I saw Connor's, so yeah, I just wish them the best. Like, I wish them the best. I need their paths to be flowery. But if it comes out of the proper dickheads in real life, then I retract my statement. But up until then, I wish them the very best. Especially knowing that up until November this year, they were basically nobodies. I wish them the best for the rest of your life. Oh my god, I'm actually so beautiful. What the hell? Yeah. Humility is not my thing. I am fine shit and I know it. My happiness and just my wish and desire for them to have a successful career comes from them portraying and embodying these characters with so much love. Like, you can tell they have genuine love and care for the characters. Mind you, I haven't even read the book, but you just, like, Connor and Elia don't even look alike, but it's played by the same person. He just transforms into Elia. When you see him be Elia, that's not Connor, that's Elia, and he embodies it with so much love and grace. And Shane is the same. Shane and Hudson are so different. And I don't know these people, but you can feel it in the performance, like, oh my god. And for them to give me something so beautiful this year, one of the most beautiful things, pieces of media I have seen this year. Like, I'm not gonna say it was totally perfect. There will be some things that get better and should be worked on. Yeah. But at the same time, especially a book to TV adaptation, please give me one of the best. Like, what do you mean? I'm hopeful about love now. As someone who has zero belief in love, now I want to fall in love. Now I want to be in love. Now I'm like, relationships? Yeah, give me relationships. Yeah, okay, not now, because actually we're still very much non-committal, but yeah. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye. Dude, it's domestic. Oh my god. Wait. Cut the cameras. Oh my god. I'm gonna crash out. The show is like killing me. Like, the amount of times I've cried and I'm not even done because I keep crying. Because it's like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck do you mean? She would have loved you like I love you. Kill me now. Actually, please don't. I still have like years to give, but like,